Hello, this is Jade Owen.
And this is Meredith Scott. And today we're going to be talking about marketing your market through social media. Why you should use social media for your farmer's market. Well, first, it's free and it can serve as many markets' primary website. You can constantly post information as well as it is a consistent source of information for patrons. They know how to use it and read it. It helps spread news about what's going on with your market. It is searchable by Google, Bing, and Yahoo. So if someone Googles Main Street Farmers Market, your market would potentially pop up. It informs customers on what will be at the market, and it gives your shoppers a picture of what the shopping experience is like. Social media, though, we have to identify what its primary role. It's a storytelling platform. So you need to not just post information, but also tell your stories. How would your customers want to be spoken to? What do they find interesting and engaging? Make sure you're telling your market's story.
All right, so if you are creating a new social media page, there are some key components that you gotta keep in mind when making that. One, you have to have the location of your market. So always include a physical address as well as a map. Facebook usually generates a map for you, which is really great, especially for those mobile users because they can click on that and they'll automatically pull up their navigation map, which can lead them straight to you. And the hours are very important. Based off of some formative research Oni did, we found that a lot of SNAP customers don't know where their farmer's market is, and they also don't know the hours and days that it's open because it is very different than a grocery store. So please post those for your customers. And of course, everyone likes to see pictures on our social media pages. So we have Facebook pages, and then we have Facebook group. Facebook pages are easier to search. A non-Facebook user, so if you don't have a Facebook account, they can even find them. You also don't have to receive approval. And you also have the ability to create and host events. With Facebook groups, most of them are typically closed to the public unless the group is an open access. You cannot create those event pages, and it's really important to find that key info, as I mentioned earlier, the location, the address, and the days open. However, they are better for internal dialogue. So a lot of markets will have their public Facebook page, and then they will also have a private Facebook group where the customers and vendors can talk outside. So here you have the Facebook group. Some key points I want to mention are the side navigation tools. So as you can see, it says about, discussion, members, events. There aren't any areas where you can say, oh, the market's open from this time to this time. That key information is missing. Here we have a Facebook page. So as you can see, the side navigation is different. You can have the about, which is where all of that crucial information your customers are looking for will be. You can also post all of your pictures in an easy to find location, as well as create polls, upload videos, and have your website if you do have one of those available.
Okay, so that was the basics of Facebook, and now let's talk a little bit about Instagram. Instagram is primarily used through mobile phones, and it's an application that shares photos. It is a top social media for millennials, and so it is imperative you're wanting to reach a younger crowd to get on Instagram. Users follow pages. It's a bit different than Facebook. The content is constantly being posted, and similar to Twitter, where it's the feed is always changing. You can like, comment, mark locations, which is very important. If you always tag your market at a certain location, people could search for your farmer's market and see all the different pictures people post tagging that location, which also is a way users will identify if they want to go to the market or not. You can also tag organizations. As you can see in the example post we have here for from the Paseo Farmers Market, they tag the different booths and their location, as well as organizations they are partnering with. It's they made it very clear and easy to know what's going to be there, when it's open, and then they obviously had a lot of response with 70 or 76 likes. And then another thing is you can cross post on Facebook and Twitter. So if you have a Facebook and Twitter account, if you make a post on Facebook or on Instagram, you can make it automatically post on the other platforms. This is a great way if you don't want to post 3 different things on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can just post one and share it on all 3, because different people use different social medias. We also, a really cool feature Instagram has that other social medias don't have, is you can create stories, and then once you have a story, then you can categorize them. So several of the markets have a variety of different stories based off of like what's in season, like so maybe fall produce, spring produce, summer produce, as well as special events. And you can, once you create a story, you can add it or put it into a category, so then users all the time have access to look at the different stories and see what else is going on at the market throughout the year. So one of the issues we get asked all the time is, where do people find content? Social media is so important, but it's so hard to not only be, most of our social media managers are also vendors and market managers, and they wear a lot of hats. So we want to make finding content easy for you. We try to give you some ideas here. Obviously, there's many, many more to be listed, but let's talk pictures. Social media is primarily a source of sharing images. That is what gets the most love on social media, and so that's what we suggest you posting the most of, or videos. And so it is important to always have a picture with a post, but your pictures don't have to be live. I feel like a lot of farmers markets, they feel like they need to have a picture right then. At ONI, we take pictures throughout the years and collect pictures and categorize them, so then we can use them later. So this year we'll take pictures of all these pumpkins and beautiful things like that for this fall that we'll potentially use next fall when we're promoting the pumpkins. Because you don't always have, when you're promoting pumpkin season's here, you don't have the pictures of the pumpkins yet, but you could pull it from last year's pictures. So it is important, though, to use your market's photos or your farmer's photos. There is a big taboo on taking a picture from another farmer's market and using that for your market. So try to use your own photos. Like I said, we collect our photos throughout the year and use them the next year. We make files on, you can make files on your phone as well as your computer with the different things, seasons. Also, ask for help. Everybody's taking pictures now. We are a visual society, always taking pictures. If you see someone take a picture, ask them to share it. You know, even create a shared file, a Google file for your vendors to share photos. You could do we help you with a small training on how to share photos. And then also, if you are going to be sharing photos, make sure to give photo credit. It's really easy. You can, on Instagram, you can easily put a little image of a camera and then tag the person who shared the photo with you, or you can even just @ the person who did it, shared the photo, so you can give them credit. So another thing is, videos and stories are becoming more popular, and demand from a lot of the markets, from their shoppers. So let's talk a little bit about some video protocol. First, whenever you're starting a video, avoid selfie mode. And I've seen this so many times. It's an accident that happens. You're looking at it automatically does selfie mode to start. You're looking at the screen, you're about to go live, and you just press live, and then you flip the screen. Flip the screen prior to going live. You can honestly set up the video you want to do in your field on your phone prior to going live, so you have an idea of what the first view will be. You want the first view to be appealing. Also, always suggest going around the market or whatever you're going to be filming and telling people you're about to film prior to the actual filming. This helps with people who don't want to be filmed to get out of the way, or for your vendors or shoppers to get an idea of maybe what they want to do to help engage or share information. Another important thing is you don't have to share the video if it doesn't work out. Going live, sometimes it's a lot of fun and great content, sometimes not so much. You do have an option of not posting if it didn't turn out to be the best video. So again, we talked about making the frame appealing. You want your first shot to be a great, beautiful shot at the market or whatever you're filming. And then I like to, whenever we're doing films, is have a plan ahead of time on what I'm going to do. Usually a mental plan. I say, okay, I'm going to talk to farmer A, then I'm going to talk to farmer B, and then I'm going to take a shot of this cooking demo right here. I might talk to them ahead of time and say, hey, I'm just going to show, since you have these beautiful pumpkins, I want to show these pumpkins. Could you tell me a little bit about the varieties whenever I come over here? And then we plan it out, and then I shoot, and it turns out a lot smoother than going live and you walk up and they look confused. It's important to show your personality. There's a lot of fun things that happen at farmers markets, and that's why people love farmers markets. We want to show the fun. If you have something really random and interesting, the other day I was at the Lawton Farmers Market and there was a cow, actually, someone riding a cow to the market. They posted about it. It shows your personality. Continue to do these things. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about some good and bad posts. So what makes a good post? One, it needs to have a relevant image. And like I said, it's great to take pictures the year prior or ahead of time so that you can use this content in your post. And use large fonts that pop. We always use big, bold fonts, and we put outlines on them. We put shadows on them. Anything to make it pop, especially if you're putting it directly on an image. You need to have something to help it not blend in with the actual image, but stand out. It is. We also, if you've seen some of our posts, if the image, if we want to put a text on image and the image is too dark, we will put a translucent box on the spot where we want to post and then put the text in that box. So it takes, the image is still there, you can still kind of see the image through the post, but you don't have to worry about the background being too dark and not being able to see it. Also, if you're going to be boosting and putting money behind the post, the fewer words, the better on posts. Social media prefers the least amount of words, so you get the most bang for your buck if you do not put a lot of text on images. Use the post text, which is the text that goes with the image, as a place to put all your details. What makes a bad post? One of the things I've seen, I feel like a lot of the people will be developing these posts on their computer screens and where they have a big screen, but majority of your users are actually using cell phones. So you need to think about what the image looks like in a small, 3 inches by 1 inch or 2 inch screen. And so think about the size of the image in that way, in that context. And so make sure your image demonstrates your message, it's relevant. Cute fonts are fun for some things, for posting on images or using as a way to share information. Do not use. The simplest the font, the better. I know it's not fun, but we need to have it easy for users to read. And then you want to limit the amount of information you post on the actual image. You can always post that again in the post text. And whenever you are creating an image, make sure it's focusing on what you really want your customer to know. Permission to post. This is something that is important as our society has become more focused on taking pictures. We want to make sure we have the permission. It's always important to ask if you are going to be taking a direct photo of somebody. Make sure you say, is it okay if I post this, and get their consent. I even try to get their social media information so I can tag them or make it where they can share themselves. One of the things that we've been in events before where there's foster children, and foster children cannot be posted publicly. And so it's very important, especially for children, to ask if the picture can be posted. We want to respect parents and where their pictures are. If it is a crowd, a public place, and there's just a lot of different people, that is okay. Public pictures are legally okay to take, but if there's a focus on a particular person, you need to make sure you ask permission. And we ask permission to take this adorable photo of this child, just to let you know.
You may be wondering what especially free events and other ways also a great way to engage with your partners. You can bring them in to host an activity after the event, and you can also tag them on social media, so that will give them publicity. They're also more likely to share it as well. It's a great way to showcase seasonal produce. I can't even count how many times I've heard people say tomatoes going to be in season. So everybody loves a good Oklahoma grown tomato. You can publicize that through an event. Also promotes farmers markets as family environments. And it can also give you an estimate of how many to expect with those events. If you're familiar with Facebook events, you can usually click speed, going, and it'll kind of give you an idea of how many you should plan for. But here we have a picture of a Facebook event. So when you're planning an event, be sure to give enough heads up so people can attend. We all live very busy lives, so we usually stay allow for at least 2 weeks or so. Make sure all the details are there, so they need to know the place of the event. Because most of the time, word of mouth really works for events as well. Somebody will say that they're interested, and their friends will say that, and they'll be like, "Oh, I've never been to the Pawnee Farmers Market." You also want to have the hours of the event. You don't necessarily have to put this on the picture. We just did for this particular event. You want to have the who, what, and price. So for this event, there was a cooking demo and a veggie paint activity. Notice how we put the free in there. And of course, Oni was tagged as a co-host for this event because we came out and hosted an activity. We also shared it on our social media as well. So yeah, that's basics of planning an event. Just some ideas that we have seen at various markets. Story time at the market whenever the season's kind of starting. Kids love planting tomato seeds. Festivals, as I mentioned, for in-season produce. Here you can see pictures of Watton's Tomato Festival. They have a best tomato show, and then they have the ugliest tomato, which is kind of fun. It showcases some of those heirloom tomatoes. Capitalize on holidays and local events. So the Lawton Farmers Market also works with the Comanche County Fair, and they have a joint market day where families can come and enjoy the fair while also shopping at the market. Cooking demos are also a huge plus. Not only do you have an activity and people get to try food, but if somebody's never tried okra outside of frying, it gives them a nice healthy alternative and new ideas. They may be more likely to purchase more okra. Live music, and of course, farm-to-table meals. So we're going to talk about boosting posts and events. Meredith kind of mentioned it earlier with the text on the photo image. But it is a great way to increase the reach of your social media posts. There's organic reach, which are the people who it'll just come across their feed, and then there is the boosted reach, which will present it to people who may have never seen stuff from your page before. So you can target by age, gender, location, and interest. Here you can kind of see a little bit of the targeting tools. You can see the price, and that is flexible. You can choose the amount of days you want to advertise for, the dollar amount. You can see how many people will see it a day, and you can choose your amount that you put behind a post is flexible. So it just kind of depends on how many people you want to see it and what your budget is. And we always recommend allowing at least 10 days, no sooner than that, for the boosting to be most effective, because then that way you're getting the biggest bang for your buck. You can also create ads on Facebook and cross-post them to Instagram, so people on Instagram can see them as well. So there's a lot of information here, but it's all important. This is just kind of what boosting looks like. So whenever you're on your page, there's an insights function that you can click on, and this will give you all of this information. So you can see how many your posts reach, how many likes you got, your views. Here are just some of our posts. This was a boosted post, so we can see our organic reach, which is that light orange, and our paid reach that we got from boosting, that dark orange. You can see the clicks and the reactions that we got. So that really shows how much boosting a post or an event can increase the viewership of your Facebook page.
All right, so we've been talking a lot of logistics. Now let's talk a bit more about how to plan. We definitely believe in having a plan prior to the market season. And here's some basics on social media plans. We also have a sample of a social media plan to show you in a bit. First, it is important to have a lead or a team of leads that will be implementing this. It does not need to be just one person, but having roles established ahead of time is beneficial. We also have, it helps you create content. We use Google Docs, it's free, and we use a Google spreadsheet that I'll just click ahead really fast so you can see it. This is our spreadsheet that kind of gives you an example, a sample of our content plan, where we post throughout this is 1 week worth of posts, and we show them like where we're posting it from, when it's going to be posted, and the image numbers or whatnot that we're going to be posting, as well as the goals. And we have it for Facebook and Instagram. We do a lot of cross posts like we were talking about earlier. So let's go back to this. So it's really easy to create this Google Doc, and then everybody has access to it. You can even assign it to people. So we've assigned ours in the past, saying like, Stephanie will be posting this one, Meredith will be posting this one, Jade will be posting this one. And so we know who's going to be posting what, so it's not all on one person. You can also schedule a lot of these ahead of time, so you don't have to always be on your phone live at a specific time. It's whenever you're creating a social media plan, it is wonderful to list all of your events or times your market wants to promote, such as seasonality of produce. A great way to collect this information would be at your annual vendor meeting at the beginning of the season, seeing what everybody will be growing, the projected time that it'll be ready to harvest, as well as maybe everybody decide what are the key programs or events that you guys would like to focus in on that year, and build your social media plans based off of these things. Don't overdo it, especially your first year. We suggest no more than 3 major events, especially your first season, roughly once a month. And so you can actually have time to manage it all. And then again, like all of your social media is a storytelling platform, so please be creative and show your market's personality. as you're planning out your posts. Posting regularly is a must. You want to show your customers that you are a consistent resource. We suggest, like Jade mentioned, posting events 2 weeks in advance. Also, on events, whenever you're posting information, add information to those events. You can constantly add, like, make a post just to the people who've RSVP'd and are interested. And everybody who has RSVP'd or interested will get notified that you made that post. So it is really beneficial to make the post not only on your pages, but also on the events that you create about specific events. So some of the content that you could do is posting events, obviously, testimonials from your clients and patrons. We like to suggest posting pictures of farmers market hauls. These are always a fun picture. It shows people that you really can buy a lot of great things at the market. Maybe you every week feature a different person or a different bag of groceries, and you show what all potentially you buy with that day at the market. And so gives people an idea of what they could expect. Also, make sure you tag partners, ask them to share it, and then repost what other people post about your market, or make sure you tag and say thank you for posting. You always want to be engaging with your patrons. Also, we really suggest posting beyond the market season. Try to post even for Christmas and New Year's. You want your page to not become dead, so constantly posting. Use in-market testing, kind of what Jay was showing you with the metrics. You can see if a post is not doing well. If it's not getting any love, and especially if you're boosting it, see what's going on. Maybe change a few things or unboost it and try a different post. It's all real life learning. So you can learn as you go, figure out which posts get the most love and focus on those. Also, really some of that content, follow other farmers markets pages. Here at ONI, we follow pages all over the United States, Facebook pages to get ideas, learn new things, see what other people are doing. So really get that information out. And here again is an example. So you can see here, we put if it's going to be a cross post, an Instagram story, or a Facebook Live. We really only go Facebook Live on the actual market day. So you can see here, we would go live at the beginning of the market day, and we just show people what's going on. On your live videos, make sure you put the your market name and when you're open and potentially your location, as well as any information. That'll be the post text on your video live if you decide to post that video. We also, in this example, we have a pretty fun way of engaging with your customers through a pumpkin giveaway, as you see here. This week we are promoting getting a free pumpkin, and how you get entered into the drawing for this pumpkin is by liking and sharing, or liking and commenting on the post. And so throughout the week we will be posting more information about it. We'll be doing Instagram stories about the pumpkin giveaway, constantly reminding people this is a great way to create engagement. And then the most important part is at the end, you show the winner. You announce the winner the day before, you show the winner picking up the pumpkin. So it really is a real giveaway, not just something fake, and people always get nervous about those things. So you want to show that you're a truly engaged market. Okay, so we like I said, find other farmers market pages that you like and learn from them. They always have, there's like typically patterns involved. This really helps fill your content up. And so every Tuesday, maybe you feature a different vendor that you prepared like months ago. Thursday, what will you have at the market that next Saturday? Saturday, always go live or show a farmer's market haul. So constantly be planning ahead. And like I said, it's easiest to do consistent things so you know that it's going to happen and you can prepare in advance. All right, here's some of the further cues to action, we like to call them at ONI. And this is ways to engage with your customer. Social media is a storytelling, but you also want to make sure you are going both directions. You want people to feel like you're not just a Facebook page, but you're also a live, real place. So one of the things we've seen at successful at markets is liking pages. If you like it, check in, post a picture at the market, you get an incentive such as a market bag or maybe, I don't know, a small little pumpkin or whatnot. Also, you know, having hashtags requests for like such as Farmers Market Hall or Main Street Farmers Market Hall. Love my market. And then if you see a post, reshare the post or add it to your story so people can see that other people are engaged. So social media contests are a great way to engage with customers. Here are a few ideas that you can do. We've seen some pretty fun ones. We have, like we mentioned with the pumpkin giveaway, like, tag, or comment to enter, share, repost your post to enter, caption photo contest. This is always fun with funky looking vegetables. We love those heirloom varieties of vegetables, but they can also look like some funny things. And then social media scavenger hunts. This is pretty fun where you give a clue each day and then you show up to market. If you figured out the scavenger hunt or the puzzle, then you win, and like everybody who does gets a market bag or whatnot. Also, in the image right over here from Pittsburgh County, they had a really fun one where they said, they posted on their Facebook, come to the market and say that you saw this post on Facebook, and whoever's the first to come will win a basket of groceries. And this lovely lady immediately saw the post, came up to the market, and ended up getting a basket full of produce. This was a big treat for her. She still bought a bunch of other things, but she actually wasn't planning on going to the market that day, but she was on Facebook that morning and saw it and decided she was going to make it a thing, as well as many other people shopped that day who saw that post and came to the market. It's fun to give polls, try to get ideas of from your patrons. As Jade was showing earlier on the Facebook page, you can do polls with your customers. We like to promote milestones such as we're at 1,000 followers now, or we need 5 more people to follow. Who's going to be our 1,000th person to follow? Anniversaries for your market, as well as you want to show digital unreveals. Like, so say you're going to be posting a special thing and it's like, we're going to be posting an announcement in 3 days. It'll change your the market forever. And, you know, maybe you got a grant to build a pavilion, or you're going to have some special person come to your market and do a workshop. These are great if they're IRL, so which is a term you'll see a lot when you start searching for social media, and that's in real life. A lot of your social media, especially being a Facebook page, you want to create that digital presence, but you also want to show that it's IRL, it's real, it's not, you're going to see the market. Okay.
All right. Really has a wide-reaching effect on prevailing farmers markets. So your current customers are billboards. As you can see here, we had a customer from California who made a post about the market, posted pictures of what produce they had, he tagged the market. So all of this adds to your personal content, see this. So who knows, maybe you'll encourage them to come by to the market. Also encourage them to check into the market. As you can see, he posted pictures of all his stuff. You can share it to Instagram and Facebook. You can again provide incentives, as we talked about in the previous slide. Oh, check into the Telephone Farmers Market and we'll give you a bag. Something along those lines. And engage your customers back. So if somebody comments and says, "Oh, at Telephone Farmers Market, the market was great today. I love my tomatoes." Like their comment back and say, "Thank you so much for shopping and supporting your local farmers." That engagement really does go a long way, and it makes the customers feel special, and will definitely keep them coming back to the market. It's also important to create some branding for your market. A recognizable logo goes a long way. So as you can see here, we have 3 very unique farmers market logos that can be put on t-shirts, bags, or just use simply in your social media posts. A lot of stuff that we're going over, aside from the boosting, doesn't require money. And you can also rely on those community support organizations to possibly help you boost your market on social media. But identify words that describe your market. So a lot of markets use fresh, local, just something that really makes your market stand out from other competition in the area. Maybe try doing a survey and asking customers why they shop at your market. Identify some of those keywords and plug it into your social media strategy. You can also encourage your customers to write recommendations. So if you're familiar with Facebook and you visit a business page, there is an option that says, "Would you recommend this farmer's market to others?" You click yes, it'll give you the opportunity to write a review. Those reviews go a long way. Facebook has what is called an algorithm, where it ranks what pops up whenever you search things, what shows up in feeds. And wherever you have those reviews and customer testimonials, that will definitely help increase your findability on Facebook. So I know we've been talking about Facebook and Instagram, but Google is very important. I think everybody Googles something at least once a day, but it's important to get on Google. And what that means is if you type in the Ottawa County Farmers Market, it's not only going to pop up in your search results, but there will also be a Google Maps option. So this is specifically for Google Business. So with Google Business, you have to actually own the land, the business that you're using for your market. It's a really simple process, but it's a great way to get on Google Maps. If you have any questions about this, just feel free to reach out to us. And Google recently started doing this. I think that they found that there are a lot of shared spaces where one person may own the business or facility, but a lot of different organizations were using it, and this is wonderful. So if you aren't a business owner on the plot of land where your farmer's market is, you can still get on the Google Map area and have all this information. All you need to do is go to Google Maps, and there's a little drop-down menu, and you'll click down on Add a Missing Place. So you can put in your farmer's market name, category, you can put farmer's markets, there's already a predetermined category in there, and you can enter the address of the market. And it helps Google verify that your market is located there. You can also put pictures, days, and hours open. So this is just another way for customers and new customers to find out information about your market. And of course, if you're going to put a lot of energy and time into your marketing plan, which we hope you do, it's always important to evaluate your return on investment. You want to make sure that you are getting the most bang for your time and your money. So as I talked about earlier, always keep an eye out on your social media analytics. You go to that Insights tab, check the impressions, clicks, especially if you're putting money behind posts. You want to see if you're getting more organic or paid. That will really help you determine whether that subject is something you should be putting money behind. Ask customers where they heard about the market. If they said, "Oh, I heard about it from Google," Well, that's great. You know that your Google My Place is working, or they say, I heard about it from a friend. If you're not hearing, oh, I saw it on Facebook a lot, it may be time to ramp up your Facebook or Instagram strategy to target some of those new customers. You can always compare your market sales data, see if on those market days where you host events, if you had more sales. Also, just see if you promote your market on Facebook more, if that is reflected in your market sales for those days. And of course, one last easy way to evaluate your marketing plan is to use a SWOT analysis. If you're not familiar with SWOT, it is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So it can really help you identify what you can work on internally to help improve the marketability of your market and your customers. And it'll help you identify external influences that may have an effect on how many people show up to your market. So internal examples would be the use of a good social media plan, good pictures. You can also, if you have weather, so thunderstorms are pretty unpredictable in Oklahoma, obviously that's going to be external, so that would go under threats. But just kind of keep track of that for your market base to help you develop a stronger plan.
So we're glad that you stayed and listened to our webinar about social media use for your farmers market. Also, the ONI Project, we are always here to help you with your social media plan, and we are especially here to help you if you are interested in accepting SNAP or Senior Farmers Market benefits and getting it your free EBT machine. We want to help you out, so please make sure you contact us. Below is our email addresses, meredith-scott@ouhsc.edu or jade-owen@ouhsc.edu. Please feel free to contact us. We want to be the resource for you, as well as we hope you are able to come to our annual conference, the Oklahoma Farmers Market and Agritourism Conference in February. We are going to be hosting that with a lot more information. There will be other sessions over marketing your market, and hope to see you there. Have a great day.